You're already leading 1-0. You only need one more game to get your spot back in Champions. You play a good LeBlanc, even if you're not the hyper carry on the team. You still went 4-1-4, and the only reason you went 4-1-4 was because your teammates did more damage by that point, because they were like 10-0-9 or something like that. And wow, and then the Thresh first pick. Okay. They're really targeting Ignar, but that means, yeah, the Gragas goes over. Will the LeBlanc go over again? Yeah, I mean, Tucson's like, are you serious? Really? You banned out all of that just to give me this? Yeah, you know, I don't know. Ignar's Alistar was just as scary in my opinion. So why prioritize the Thresh so much? I mean, that can really change the bottom lane dynamic for sure. And we still have these other options in 80 carries, right? Because Kalista was the only one banned out. Jinx is open. Jinx and Thresh is pretty good. I mean, Lucian Thresh is also pretty good. Vladimir coming out for Mickey, maybe. He did play pretty mean Vlad. Oh, the Ahri coming in. All right, so Ahri LeBlanc. I mean, we saw this at MSI. We had a nice chat about it on the Korean cast. Yeah, I mean, Urgot was open too. I don't know. I'm a little confused by the picks and bans from Anarchy. It's a little surprising that like Jinx and Urgot were both open. Urgot not as prioritized anymore, but I mean, Jinx was there. You have Thresh. But I think because they have Thresh, unless it's simply to steal it, IM has no intention of taking Jinx away. Yeah, so Urgot's fine, actually. You have the hyper carry in LeBlanc. LeBlanc versus Ahri, in lane at least, is a bit of a skill matchup. Now, what does explain a little bit from the picks and bans is, of course, the amateur teams don't have a coaching staff. They don't. I don't believe Winners had a coach either. Anarchy definitely does not. Yeah, Winners doesn't either. So, I mean, yeah, in the past, it was all the players who did it anyway, regardless of what happened backstage in the booth. But IM does have coaches right now in the booth helping with the picks and bans. So there is a little bit of an advantage that you have more brains and more people to bounce ideas off of during picks and bans. Anarchy is really probably just kind of working on what do we know best. And lots of discussion happening among the players. They're like... It looked like Snowflower wanted to put CV Max back on Rengar, but I agree. It looked like CV Max wasn't up for it, and I agree with him. I think Nara is the better pick here. Oh man, the coach behind Lilac. Do they have something special prepared for us? Lilac's talking a lot to his team. I think I'm just getting everyone's hopes up. I think it's just going to be something really quiet like Maokai. My bet's on Maokai. I mean, you can pick a number of other things, but... Aww, that's sad. Anyway, Lee Sin was locked in earlier for Lyra too, so that's fun to watch. So, Ahri versus LeBlanc. So, personally as a player myself, who I like playing both, I actually... Oh! Kennen. Ah, yes. Thank you, Lilac. Thank you for bringing in something different. I mean, we've seen Kennen tops in the past, but if it was Maokai Nar, it was bound to get really boring again. And Lilac plays a good Maokai. He's shown us good games of Maokai, but it's exciting to see him play Kennen. Now, Ahri versus LeBlanc. Generally in lane, what obviously matters a lot is, for one, Ahri can poke a little bit better with Forward Deception, and then your Charm, if you hit it right after the Distortion, can really wreck LeBlanc's trading potential. But in the same vein, it's like, if you end up evening out in lane, and this is what we talked about at MSI with Korean Cast, if you end up evening out in lane, LeBlanc has an easier chance of creating a snowball and making a bigger impact. Also because Ahri, like, once you get shut down, if you fall behind, it's so hard to catch up in your damage because you need to hit, like, all of your skills, and you're so reliant on your ultimate, whereas LeBlanc is reliant on her W, which has a much lower cooldown than Ahri's ult. So in the grand scheme of things, LeBlanc seems to be favored there, but some players, you know, at least when you're playing those roles against each other, could say otherwise. So we'll see if Mickey's up for the task. In game number 2 against Longzhu IM Anarchy, can they tie it up 1-1 in this best of 3? Our man in the red sweater is starting to question his life choices of coming and sitting in the front seat and speaking out for Anarchy Game winner. Leading the crowd to at least send some cheers to Anarchy also. Oh, it's Teacher's Day in May. And so, of course, on Teacher's Day, we gotta pay our respects to Professor Lilac. Interesting fact in case... Oh, wow. CV Max. Lilac got hit by the boomerang coming back. CV Max was like, oh, shoot. That's funny. So... Now... Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, interesting note is that in Korea, you only have Parents' Day. You don't have Mother and Father's Day separately. Just, you know, came up because we talked about Teacher's Day. We also have a Teacher's Day. It's like an actual global thing, not just in your teachers. Like, hey, today is Teacher's Appreciation Day. Comes out over your morning announcements in homeroom. Gosh, I miss... well, I miss high school a little bit, actually, to be honest. Middle school was cool, too, I guess. I think I had relatively enjoyable times in middle and high school. But right now I have great times watching video games and talking about them with all of you guys. So Mickey and Frozen, I really think a lot lies on there. I think with any team, right? If you pick Ahri LeBlanc, the moment you lock those two champions in, how those two players do matters so much for the game. I mean, yeah, if there's a massive discrepancy in another lane, I mean, that's going to be true for any team comp. But Ahri versus LeBlanc, once one person falls behind, it can start to get really iffy for the other. So, matter a lot. Meanwhile, Jinx and Thresh is going to be a pretty good lane, starting level 2 and 3 if you can layer your CC. But at the same time, Urgot is pretty tanky. And so is Alistar, especially post-level 6. But before level 6, Ignar is going to have to watch out a little bit. Thankfully for them, earlier level 2, and he's going to start healing himself back up. Lyra possibly looking for an early gank. No, yeah, he's only at half health. He's going to go back home. Uh-oh, Mickey gets hit, and there's the flash body slam onto Mickey. Tusa takes a lot of damage, but the ignite and the last auto attack going to help Frozen pick it up. Meanwhile, Lyra does come back as Snowflower lands that hook, but the instant teleport coming in from Lilac chases them away, and then he cancels it, so they go back onto Roar. They flash forward, Lyra gets to connect, but he doesn't have another hit. He gets it in. He didn't get his E, and there's the flash forward from Sang-yoon. They got it in the end, but they did use a little more than they needed to. I think Lyra instantly connected his E. I don't know if it was actually on cooldown. Maybe it was. I wasn't watching carefully. Now, either way, though, Lilac, I mean, I think maybe he canceled a little too early, but it might have been in the last, like, 1.5 seconds, so you can't really fault him at that point. But he figured, all right, well, they're backing off, so I'm going to cut it off, but Snowflower responded really well and instantly flayed Roar back. And Roar did step forward a little bit, so maybe a little bit of miscommunication. What matters a lot, though, is that Frozen comes back with the Phoenix Codex, and Mickey is forced to buy a second Doran's Ring, which, yeah, it sets Ahri back quite a bit. I mean, there have been times where a second Doran's Ring can do wonders for any mid laner, including Ahri, but, you know, it says a lot. I mean, 2 Doran's Blades is one thing for AD carries, but 2 Doran's Rings has a very different feel to it for mid laners. And 2 Doran's Shields says a lot about top laners, so we can all see kind of how that goes. Now, Mickey's still able to farm and whatnot, though. So, if Mickey can turn things around at level 6, especially with a gank or with a roam, then things can still change. It's not over for Ari just yet. It's just a lot tougher. And at this point, especially with stronger power, Frozen's not going to be afraid to try to jump into trade if he wants to. Still, it depends a lot on how the lane management is done. But yeah, look at this. I mean, Mickey, here's the thing. Mickey can't sacrifice any CS at this point because he died once. Whereas Frozen can just go in like this and it hurts a lot. But nice charm through the minions, blows the flash, but Lyra chases through. Can he get the kill? One more hit. Mickey not able to get the last hit, but Lyra picks it up. Even things out just a little bit in the mid lane. Tucson was around, but I think they weren't expecting Frozen to get caught by that charm because Frozen went in and brought Mickey down so low. Meanwhile, Ignar gets caught out quite a bit, actually, by that minion wave. But nice gank in mid, and nice charm by Mickey. Post distortion. So yeah, I mean, one way to do it is you can charm them as soon as they come in for a distortion, if they come in like into your minion wave, because then you can delay their damage. Sure, they can distortion back, but they'll take a lot of damage from the minions, and they'll be scared to trade again. Or you can try to charm as they go back onto their distortion, in which case you can continue to do damage. So it's whether you're looking for a kill or just looking for a better trade. And Mickey successfully charms him after he jumps back. A little unfortunate for Mickey is that he didn't get the last hit on Frozen, so he only got that assist, which means Frozen's still slightly ahead. But Mickey going ahead and going for that Negatron Cloak, which doesn't add a lot of damage, but it's actually going to even things out a lot more against LeBlanc, because Ari will have a little bit more sustained damage, a little bit more poke. And, I mean, Longzhu IM knows exactly what's going on here. They jump in. Ignar got caught a little too early, though, but the kick actually saves him for a little bit. And Snowflower had to flash forward, but Lilac comes in, and he gets a kill. Can they chase forward? They're just going to go ahead and settle for Snowflower, it looks like, and they will pick it up. Roar getting that second kill. Nice teleport. The ping's going down from top lane for Anarchy. They're like, push, push, what are you doing? Something that we've all experienced if we play top lane. It's so cute. And Gnar will do a decent job of pushing it in. He's going to waste at least a minion wave for Lilac. But that really just means CV Max is going to catch up more than anything. So IM, they want to really extend that lead a little bit because until now it was kind of going back and forth. So Tucson trying to solo this dragon. He's going to need a little bit of help. Frozen's going to show up. But that's going to give the signal for Anarchy. Longzhu should get the dragon, and Tucson, alright, he'll get out just fine at this point. Lilac tried to interrupt the back. Not going to succeed. And wow, Kennen with that needlessly large rod. So with the kill and the assist, Ignar in quite a bit of trouble. Didn't connect with the slow though, but there's a hook. And there's a lantern as Lyra shows up. A heal coming in and the flash and the rocket not, the super mega death rocket not going to connect from Sang Yoon. It also got nerfed a little bit from close range, so I don't know if it would have been enough to pick up the kill. Alright, so Negatron Cloak and Venus Codex still the same pretty much for the mid lane. The boots coming in from Frozen. Which can matter a bit against Ari, because Ari again gets that movement speed buff from Orb Deception. Also can chase with Spirit Rush. Yeah, so Mickey feeling a lot better about trading now. CV Max in a lot of trouble. Needs to be large rod. Oh my goodness, explosive cast all the way back. And Lilac not afraid to flash forward because he had 2 charges on CV Max. Picks up the stun. He knew he could secure the kill if he flashed forward. CV Max didn't have a chance to respond with his own flash. And even if he did, he would have gotten hit pretty hard eventually. Man, is Lilac going to carry this game? I don't know. Meanwhile, Tucson 004. Tucson! This guy. I mean, forget Gank Zero being the new def. Tucson looking to be the new... I don't know. I won't go as far as the... Maybe the new Bank, right? Oh, Frozen gets caught with a charm, but Tucson shows up with a body slam flash, and Mickey is going to have to Spirit Rush away. He's only going to use one charge to try to make sure that he can save it for when he really needs it. He's really low, has Flash Ignite, wasn't able to jump over the wall, but Anarchy looking to steal the blue. Mickey doesn't want to stick around for too long. He has no mana to help with that anyway, so just going to go home as Lyra steals that blue. And looks like Frozen going to the enemy blue to check for that. Yeah, with Tucson. So they're actually going to trade. So Mickey loses out on this one because Frozen will pick this one up for himself. And Lyra is in for a surprise. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Frozen. Yeah, he eventually got it. Tucson just steal it away from Lyra. So Mickey eventually loses out on that blue buff trade, which is a bit unfortunate. Alright. 0-1. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Sangyun gets caught. There's the exhaust, and Urgot trying to chase through, flashes forward. One more shot, he picks up the kill. Flower just going to get whittled down. Meanwhile, on top lane, a nice ultimate from Lilac. He's going to stun, but Meganar comes in, sends him backwards. Wow, double stun, tons of damage. Snowflower, meanwhile, got dove, but does make it out alive. Now, Mickey really needs to make something happen here in the mid lane. Frozen making the right idea to force the trade once the charm goes down, but they even out. But again, if they even out for too long, and especially because the rest of Longzhu are winning their lanes, it's going to be pretty dangerous. Wow, Lyra and Frozen right next to each other. And Mickey just going to farm safely for now. Frozen comes back into the lane. So Frozen's a little bit scared of the charm, especially because Mickey landed that really nice one earlier on. But the point is that Frozen's okay with this. His teammates are winning. He just needs to even out, and then he can kill Jinx later. Not a big deal. But for Mickey, let's say even if you get ahead a little bit in CS, I mean, who are you going to kill? Maybe you can kill Kennen, maybe. Although Kennen's going to have his own, so probably not. Now, so this mid lane, so yeah, Lyra putting down a lot of attention onto this mid lane and whatnot, because they realize, I mean, they need to make something happen for Ahri. Ahri is kind of their one hope, because at this point, going to these other lanes can be really dangerous for Lyra himself. And mid lane has the most hope, because Ahri can even out from LeBlanc, so a 2v1 could make a big difference. But Frozen just playing super safe. Lyra roaming around as much as he can to try to get an opportunity for a gank. Not the most vision from IM, but the ones that they need. And then Tucson also spotting Lyra there at the end of that roam into the jungle. Sangyun taking some damage from it. Snowflower's hook chasing IM back a little bit. Lyra gets hit. Does get snared, but there's a charm from Mickey onto Tucson. Mickey does some decent damage, but doesn't have his items finished just yet, so not the most. Not anything that Mickey feels that he needs to really commit to, especially with Alistar coming back up. So we're back to this. And this. Where Anarchy just has to wait and promise that they'll buy Mickey chicken if they win the game, so that Mickey can find some hidden superpowers to carry the game and tie it up 1-1. That's really the best hope for Anarchy at this point, I feel. It doesn't look too massive. Mickey tried to go for an all-in and got a lot of damage onto Frozen, but the charm into minion, Lyra shows up in lane and just kind of sits there and asks Mickey if he's alright, and he says he is. So both junglers will back out. Meanwhile, Lilac putting down a lot of damage onto CV Max. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it's 2k gold at 50 minutes, which is a decent amount, but it's not like they got completely stomped and they lost all their first turrets or something like that. But the way that the lanes are starting to pan out is pretty bad for Anarchy. I mean, especially this Kennen. man, if you shut down a cannon, there is nothing he can do, but it's also pretty hard to because he can run away. But regardless of that, if he can't get an early Zonias, like, what are you going to do in team fights? But now he's going to have his Zonias by the next team fight. He'll be able to ult at will and then avoid a ton of damage. So, you really got to do something against Frozen. And I think Lyra understood that before, but just not enough opportunities presenting themselves. Frozen also playing really well. Uh-oh. Anarchy thinks they went back. Snowflower takes a lot of damage trying to slow down the enemy team. He is going to be successful in denying advances from Roar and Ignar. But that's Thresh's ult down for a dragon fight, so Longzhu IM's okay with that. They have all of their ults, except for LeBlanc's, but Ari's is down, and LeBlanc's is on a super low cooldown. And Tusin's just going to go ahead and start that. Yeah, I mean, the bottom lane has the advantage. Thresh went home, so Alistar is going to be able to provide support. I don't think Longzhu is too worried about this dragon. Lyra has been spotted up top. Yeah, Longzhu is definitely fine for this dragon. Frozen, just trying to keep Lyra occupied. Lyra eventually finds a ward. But the second dragon going to Longzhu IM. Oh, wow, that was pretty close from Snowflower. But not going to happen. Longzhu 2 dragon stacks. Now 2.5k add, or more than that actually, a little bit more. And Mickey does have that Abyssal Scepter. It's going to help quite a bit, especially against double AP. And Ari just in general synergizing really well with Abyssal Scepter given how her abilities work. Not able to tag Frozen with these Orbs of Deception though. Man, if you get, you know, just one tag even, that really changes the dynamic of the lane. But Frozen's been playing really safe. And then just going in when he finds the opportunity to. Mickey tries to go in for the all-in, but Frozen was also just trying to bait with Ignar. Snowflower comes out and gets the hook onto Ignar. Ignar takes a lot of damage from Mickey. Explosive cast keeps Mickey against the wall, and they are going to give the kill to Frozen. Frozen backs out right as he was almost in danger with that Ignite. And, oh, the rocket blocked by Roar. Giant enemy crab god, #1 tank in League of Legends. So, yeah, well now even that hope for the mid lane has gone for Anarchy. So Longzhu IM looks like they'll be on their merry way. Basically, their objectives and their goal overall as a team is pretty straightforward from this point on. Whereas Anarchy really need to fish for ideas here for comebacks. Probably the closest we've had the match so far, though, in today's game so far. The earlier 3 games were all pretty straightforward, one-sided for Longzhu IM. Now, Nar, okay, obviously wants a little bit more items. But we're jumping into a team fight, but with Mega Nar should be not too bad. Frozen choosing to enchant his boots right away. Doesn't have to be a super hyper carry from early on because Kennen's also really well fed. Black Cleaver, the new Black Cleaver coming out for Roar, should be pretty good. I really like the new drawing of it too. The new graphics for it. Yeah, CVMax is going to have trouble against Kennen 1v1 though. That's not going to change for pretty much the rest of the game. Except maybe once you have 6 items both, but that's a long ways away. Meanwhile, bottom lane, now that things have been going really well, Tusin and Ignar just roaming about together. Snowflower simply sending out his hook to protect his teammate while they harass a little bit, but tons of vision coming in from Longzhu IM. Yeah. Oh, Frozen jumps out of that hook. And that bottom turret gonna go down. Your observer pointing out the new Black Cleaver and its new icon. Roar doing his best to basically deny as much as possible from Anarchy in this bottom lane. Gonna avoid that hook too. Meanwhile, Frozen challenges Mickey to a duel. Get some good damage on him. Mickey not able to respond. Automaton a little ways away. Doesn't have boots yet either, so that's also a pretty big difference between him and Frozen. Frozen's got that magic pen on top of the Morellonomicon. Of course, Mickey has a magic pen from the Abyssal, and the move speed not as crucial when you get a move speed buff on your Q. Uh-oh, goodbye, Snowflower. It was nice knowing you. Or Thresh. Oh, meanwhile, Frozen. Passive is pop. Tucson has to run away, but Lyra not gonna let him. There's the explosive cask. Yeah, I guess when you Cinderhold. Gragas is, oh, Mickey almost would have gotten that trump. Whoa, Frozen thinks he can challenge him for the kill. Nice flash away from Mickey, but Frozen, oh, he almost survived, but the return from the Orb of Deception evens out that kill. That still doesn't feel too good for Mickey, but man, it could have been a really intense trade and an epic kill for Frozen. Watch this. So Frozen's like, all right, I think if I pop that, and then I pop the second sigil too, I can get the kill. Mickey flashes away from the distortion though, but then the return on the Orb Deception. I actually think maybe the Ignite would have finished him off anyway, given that they are level 13. But it was a pretty flashy duel, which ended up in both players' time. I mean, if Mickey was even with Frozen on gold, Mickey would have won that duel, I think, outright. But sadly, he wasn't. He was behind. He still is. Now, Frozen, the worst score he's had all day, I believe, but it's fine. Longzhu IM is winning by quite a bit. 6K gold lead now in 20 minutes. Now, what can Anarchy really do here? Dragon's up in 10, and Gnar has teleport. Mega Gnar will be down here in a little bit, so he's going to have to wait, you know, a few more seconds before it comes back up. But he does have his ultimate once he turns into Mega Gnar available. Kennen is returning top lane. Oh, never mind. Kennen's teleport just came back. So he doesn't have that advantage either. In terms of items, not a huge advantage there either. Okay, they got the tier 1 in mid. Force LeBlanc to distortion away with her ultimate. But Ignar and Tucson are waiting for a poor mini Gnar. Oh, gets sent right back to LeBlanc. There's the chains. There's the knockup. Disrupts the hop. He still jumps out though. Kennen coming in. Anarchy needs to run away. This Kennen is pretty angry. Kennen not able to get any solid stuns until he flashes forward. Gets a double stun. Gets the kill onto Gnar. Sang-Yoon gets caught. And so does Snowflower. The Crab God is coming. Meanwhile, Mickey gets caught by Tucson. Lilac coming in and doesn't get the Q hit. Can they still follow forward though? And they will pick up the kill. Tucson picking that one up. Longzhu IM, all good friends, sharing kills. Sharing is caring. 207 Tucson. My goodness. How many deaths has he had all day? I want to say maybe only like 2 or 3. Yeah, so, I mean, this was just brutal. He didn't get body slammed, but look at this. He gets knocked up mid-hop, and he gets chained. Tons of damage. He does flash out, and Lyra tries to zone out Frozen, but Frozen's up full health, low mana, but look at Lilac. Comes in, he gets knocked up, he's like, oh shoot, flash forward, get the kill onto Max. Roar switches spots with Snowflower to get closer, and he'll pick up the kill on Sang-Yoon, and then turns right around to pick up the kill on Snowflower. Just really good coordination from Longzhu in that fight. 12-5, 3 Dragon stacks. Longzhu got that third dragon while we were watching the replay. 4-1 and 2 Urgot, 0-1 and 8 Ignar. It's gonna be really tough for Anarchy to find a way to climb back into this. I mean, even in professional matches, if you're somewhat evenly matched, it's gonna be a tough match to climb back into. And these are the matches that, you know, like the old Samsung Light would have climbed back from. You know, the SKT teams would climb back from. GE would sometimes climb back from. Same with CJ. But, you know, even in the regular season of champions, the lower half of the teams would most often than not have trouble from climbing back from such a deficit, and it'd be a miracle, really, to see Anarchy come back from this. The new Black Cleaver on Lyra's Lee Sin. Oh, okay, I can see that. Kind of. Oh, nice play away from Snowflower, but amazing explosive cast from Tucson. Mickey trying to just come in and help his teammates while also running away. Snowflake gets stunned by Lilac. And Ignar just tanking as much damage as possible while his teammates pick up a kill. Ignar is still alive. And Lyra, goodbye. Oh, flashes away or jumps over the wall rather. And Mickey will get killed with the chain coming in. The fadeaway kill from Frozen. They're not done yet. Lyra come over here. And he will get slowed. He just uses ward. His flash is down. And the crab. Wow, he was fishing for that crab though. Nice try, Lyra. But the Baron now going to Longzhu IM. Well, it's looking like IM is going to secure their spot in Champion Summer 2015 without any issue. If they go 4-0 here, we can, you know, IM fans, get your hopes back up. Maybe IM can make it into the playoffs this time around. Well, I guess with this format being changed, you actually have to do really well to enter the playoffs at the end of the season. But maybe they won't get put into promotions, relegations next season rather. Nice explosive cast from Tucson. And Mickey comes over. Look at Ignar. He just doesn't die. Lilac walks in. He gets 2 hits onto both Lyra and Snowflower. And meanwhile, Ignar is basically zoning everyone out. Gets a double knock up on both Mickey and Lyra. Roar shows up and Frozen goes in. Fade away. Chain kill onto Mickey. Sangyu gets dove by Lilac and Roar. Urgot pretty tanky right now. Another Black Cleaver on Gnar this time. Everybody liking the new Black Cleaver. Oh man, are we back for the League of Cleavers? I don't think it's as impactful as the first iteration in, I believe that was season 4. League of Cleavers. Oh no, maybe it was season 3. Yeah, I think it was season 3 actually. Oh, that's a while ago. Because I believe that was when I was still casting in the States when the preseason patch happened. But it doesn't matter because Longzhu is just cruising through. Urgot also with that Frozen Heart now. Void Staff added on for LeBlanc along with an Abyssal for himself. I mean, Frozen is basically just on the hunt for Mickey at this point. 3-0 and 11, Tucson Gragas has that. Locked up the Iron Solari also for his team. Yeah, I mean, who on Anarchy is going to make the difference for their team, right? I mean, I guess if you get an amazing Mega Gnar, explosive cast used a little preemptively for that Mega Gnar. Thought that maybe oh man, a 5-man knockup coming in from Ignar! And then a 3-man stun, but it doesn't matter. Roar charging forward and doing tons of damage. Kennen gets a kill already. Snowflower gets caught back, trying to save his team. Roar still survives with the shield off of that tower. And the flash not going to save Mickey. Holy cow. And that is game over. Surrender coming in from Anarchy. Ignar making a statement as he makes his way into Champions with Longzhu IM. Lilac looking super happy about his Kennen. I'm looking at a replay on my side screen right now, and my goodness, that 5-man knockup, he headbutts a minion, flashes forward into the middle of the 5, and then knocks them all up.